Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. The purpose of my YouTube channel is to make home cooking as simple and straightforward as possible. And this is the reason I developed the fast cooking system. And the word fast is the acronym for flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. And without any questions, flavor chasing is the primary goal of the cooking system. My fast cooking system do not specify for any particular flavor. In fact, the intention of flavor chasing is that you can achieve any flavor of your personal preference. And I'm here to help people to achieve any flavor they want, whether it's just say Asian Chinese flavor or Italian, Indian, or Mexican flavor. All of this is possible with my fast cooking system. Recently, one of my friends, Karen, she wrote to me and she said she would like to find a simple and straightforward way to create Asian Chinese flavor. Karen loves Chinese and Thai cuisines, and she told me that she would like to have a very simple method that will allow her to create flavor in this kind of dishes. When she looked at many different recipes, either in cookbooks or online, it is complicated for her to achieve this type of flavor. She said she would like to have a method that is simple, straightforward, and at the same time very flexible. This will allow her to make adjustment quickly. So I prepared this video to answer her question. The most effective way to achieve an Asian Chinese flavor is the use of 3 different sauces. Based on my personal experience, these 3 sauces are oyster sauce, hoisin sauce, and soy sauce in the order of their importance. These 3 sauces are used frequently in almost all Asian cuisines. Cuisines from different parts of China, whether it is Cantonese, Sichuan, or Beijing styles. These 3 sauces also used in other Asian cuisines such as Thai, Vietnamese, Indonesian, or Singaporean. These 3 sauces provide the foundation of these 3 cuisines. But of course, you can make modifications by adding other seasoning agents as well as other sauces. In this video, I'm going to describe the distinctive feature of these 3 different sauces and how you will use them. First of all, let me talk about oyster sauce. Now, I have created a video specifically about oyster sauce, which you can take a look. The main characteristic of oyster sauce is its umami flavor. By adding oyster sauce, you will make the ingredients in the dish more savory. Oyster sauce also contains soy sauce, so it will make the dish salty. If you're new to oyster sauce or you never have tasted oyster sauce as it is, I would recommend you to just put a little bit on the tip of your tongue and kind of get an idea what it tastes like. Oyster sauce is really designed for stir frying, and it is not suitable for using a dipping sauce because it tends to be too salty. You can use oyster sauce for almost any dishes. You can use it a dish with meat, you can use a dish with vegetable, or you can use in a dish with a combination of both. Quite often, the oyster sauce is used during the final stage of seasoning your dish. For example, I always add oyster sauce at the last minute after I finish cooking the dish before I put them onto a serving dish. However, I also use oyster sauce to garnish a finished dish, particularly an egg dish. Quite often, I will use it both during cooking as well as garnish the dish after I serve the dish onto a serving plate. One of the great things about the oyster sauce is that it provides you a lot of flexibility. You can vary the amount of oyster sauce that you add to a dish based on your personal preference, as well as based on the type of dish that you are cooking. Quite often, after I add the initial amount of oyster sauce, when I do a taste test, I might decide that I would like to add some more. I always transfer my oyster sauce into a squeeze bottle. Oyster sauce has a thickness like ketchup. So pouring the oyster sauce from the bottle that it comes in could be difficult. When you use a squeeze bottle, you can add precisely the amount that you want. So I recommend you to do some stir frying and use oyster sauce and experiment with it by adding different amounts, using different type of food ingredients, and get an idea what it tastes like. I will start out with a small amount and do a taste test and make adjustment by adding more as you decide that you would like to have a stronger flavor. After you have become familiar with the flavor of the oyster sauce and its taste in different type of dishes, now you can add the second sauce. A hoisin sauce will complement oyster sauce. In this video, you can learn more about both the history as well as the usage of hoisin sauce. Again, the first thing I recommend you to do is to put a small drop of hoisin sauce at the tip of your tongue, and you can get a taste of what it is like. You will find that hoisin sauce actually has a mild sweet flavor with a slight fruity taste. Because the mildness of hoisin sauce, it is frequently also used as a dipping sauce. In fact, you will find in some restaurants, particularly in the Vietnamese or Thai restaurant, they have actually a bottle of hoisin sauce right on the table. However, hoisin sauce works very well with oyster sauce to create that traditional Asian Chinese flavor. If you use a small amount, it will just provide a hint of sweetness to the flavor. When you use more of the hoisin sauce, it will actually give the dish a teriyaki flavor. In some traditional teriyaki dish, the flavor is created by multiple ingredients, which could be quite cumbersome to prepare. The combination of oyster sauce and hoisin sauce is a shortcut for making teriyaki flavor. The beauty of this approach is you can make easy adjustment to the flavor. By varying the ratio of the oyster sauce to the hoisin sauce, you can create flavor specifically to your personal preference. Again, I recommend that you put the hoisin sauce into a squeeze bottle. However, that might not be necessary because in some brand of hoisin sauce, they already come in a squeeze bottle. So by adjusting the ratio between oyster sauce and hoisin sauce, you can create a wide range of flavor. And in some ratio that it work better for a meat dish, but in other case it will work better for a vegetable dish. This will give you a lot of possibilities in create Chinese Asian flavor. These variations also allow you to create flavors in other cuisines such as Vietnamese, Thai, or Singaporean. The last sauce that you will find it useful is soy sauce. Soy sauce is excellent when you want to increase the saltiness of the dish. Personally, I find most of the time oyster sauce and hoisin sauce will create sufficient level of saltiness, at least for my preference. However, if you want your dish to be more salty, then you can always use soy sauce. There are different kinds of soy sauce that you can use. There are light soy sauce, dark soy sauce, and something in between. The soy sauce that I use most often is made by Kikkoman. So my recommendation for you to create Asian Chinese flavor is first by experimenting with oyster sauce. You can try different amounts of oyster sauce for different type of food ingredients. Next, I will add hoisin sauce. By varying the ratio between oyster sauce and hoisin sauce, it will allow you to create different flavors for your dish. And then I will use soy sauce if I want to adjust the saltiness of the dish. By using the combination of these three sauces, you can create the traditional Asian Chinese flavor. And they are extremely flexible and adjustable according to your personal preference. And finally, I highly recommend you to put them into squeeze bottles so that you can distribute them readily. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine. I use my fast cooking system. If you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.